Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to take some time to talk to you about one specific app that I'm using in conjunction with others to help me achieve my goals for the remainder of this year and all of next year. And that app is Robinhood. For those of you that don't know, Robinhood is a very millennial targeted app that allows you to very easily trade in the stock market. Um, After you sign up and you log in, it takes you to basically an intro page. It has the basics about your account. It has how much your account's currently worth, how much cash you have, and a graph. And it also tells you how much you're up or down for that day, and you can change it to see day, week, month, year, 5 years. So the investment page, the first page, also tells you about the stocks you own, along with stocks that are on your watch list and any cryptocurrencies that are either on your watch list or you own. So as you scroll through, you can kind of see how each individual stock's doing. You can actually click on each one, and it'll take you to a more detailed page about what you bought that specific stock how much, like what your average cost per stock was, and what the current value is, so it tells you what your net return or net loss is. It also lets you see all the cryptocurrencies that you're either watching or own. You can actually manually go in there and change which ones appear on the first page on your watch list. I'm not going to show you how to do any of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. The application is actually very user-friendly, and if you want to know exactly how to do each individual thing, I think there's people on YouTube that can explain it better than I can. I thought that the user interface was very friendly and easy to use, and it didn't take me long to get the hang of it at all. So the cryptocurrency section is actually a newer section. I remember when it first came on, and how I feel about cryptocurrencies are kind of a different opinion. But as for trading on there, it is kind of weird because you are buying it, but you're not actually receiving the cryptocurrency. So it's not like if you use one of the coin wallet based systems where you actually now own that coin. Basically, you buy and sell coins on there, and Robinhood actually retains ownership of that coin with a promise commitment um, to give you the money or to take the money away for whatever you're doing with it. I don't believe that's that big of a deal. I don't think it's going to lead to any long-term issues since Robinhood's been established and been around for a while. However, just know that if you suddenly, have a coin that goes up 25,000%, I could see it may being an issue. But no problems yet, and no reported problems that I've seen. So good news there. So it also has a watch list. Now, I use the watch list pretty extensively. My watch list is about 40 stocks long because right now I'm trying to build a good idea of different stocks and their dividend payouts and stuff like that. So I'm actually going through and looking at all the different stocks I can find, reading up about them, trying to find out what their past dividends payouts were, try to figure out what I think it's going to be in the future. So I keep a pretty extensive watch list, but you can keep yours as big or small as you want. The reason I know Robinhood was actually meant for more of the millennial generation is all the stocks on there are that are populated in the watch list automatically are things like Facebook, Twitter, Tesla, Apple, all the big ones among younger people, I feel like. So as you go through the app, on the bottom it has the menu. There's 5 different menu options, and one of them is for a cash account, which I've never used and I don't really know anything about it, so I'm not going to really talk about that because I don't know what it does or how it works. But another one it has is news. So under the news thing, you can type in a stock, or you can type in the ticker symbol, or you can just see whatever's on the front page, and it'll try to update you. It usually has sources like Forbes, the Associated Press, Barron's, stuff like that. So the sources are pretty good for financial news. And it just has whatever's going on in the market that day, so you can scroll down that and see what's going on, so you can see if you can get ahead of anything before it happens. It also has a section where it just has the top movers, so the ones that are either going up or going down. take that for what it's worth. It's like any other stock prediction algorithm. It's taking whatever's moving a lot. Um, I will tell you that Robinhood, when you click on a stock, does have buy, hold, sell recommendations, and it's usually brought up as a percentage. So it's like a 50% buy, 25% hold, 25% sell. I don't really pay attention to that all that much. Usually my decisions on whether to buy or sell stock is sort of independent from the market. I tend to buy stocks when everybody else is selling, and I tend to sell when everybody's buying. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, because you can definitely get burned. I'm just saying that the little bit of individual stock investing I do, which by the way I only have about $3,500 invested in it. The little bit I do, it's very targeted. Like right now during coronavirus, I'm buying a lot more because things are down. But normally I would never do that. Normally, I definitely try to stick to index funds and stuff like that. I just feel more comfortable doing that because most of my market investments are actually meant for long term. I'm not trying to get rich tomorrow. I'm trying to retain wealth for retirement. So, I find that if you're in some good index funds, then you're going to outperform whatever you can individually pick, unless there's an outside circumstance. For instance, right now it's coronavirus, everything's down. I personally believe that everything's going to at least equalize in a couple months after Corona passes. I don't think the market's going to stay down forever. I think it's just going to kind of climb to where it naturally should be. So the next page on the main menu is actually messages. Messages are simple. It's just like if you have a buy order, if you have a sell order, it has copies of that stuff there. And also lets you know when you've been given dividends. The dividend thing's pretty nice. You can also do votes and stuff on there. And then finally, you have your account page that lets you do transfers both in and out of your account. I have transferred money both in and out of Robinhood, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty easy. In fact, transferring in is so easy because if you have a few good transfers in and you've never had a problem with it, like they've never tried to pull money out of your check account, you not have the money there, then they start giving you credits. So let's say I authorize a $1,000 transfer from my checking account into my Robinhood account. The transfer will go through instantaneously. So I will automatically or almost automatically have $1,000 to trade with in my Robinhood account just mere seconds later. But it would still take a couple days for my checking account to show the withdrawal as the transfer goes through. Now that's what you get if you're in good standing with them. I think if you try to move money there once or twice and it's blocked, then they will pull that. You won't have instantaneous trading anymore. So just be careful with that. Make sure your money is available when you make the transfer, and make sure you don't get burned. And since you have the money for trading, you assume the trade already went through, or you assume the transfer already went through from your checking account. So then you go spend whatever's in your check account. Just make sure you realize that you're still gonna have to transfer that money. Now, I've also taken money out of my Robinhood account. I've only done it once, but I think it took about 24 hours when I did. So it's not a bad deal at all. It's definitely not the 2-week long thing that I've seen with one trading house. So I can verify for you that they actually do let you take your money back. Now, the overall pros and cons with the app. The pros are that it's free for stocks, it's free for options, and it's free for EFTs. So that's really good. I remember I had E-Trade years ago, and I think E-Trade charged me $10 a trade. Well, at the time, I was, poor, so I would try to do like a $100 trade, and I'd suddenly only have $90 worth of stock for it. So this being free is really helpful, and I really like it. And that's one of the reasons I do it. It actually makes it easy to do more microtransactions. So, you can buy a lot of stock with not that much money without getting hit with an absurd amount of fees. Or like, let's say you only have $100 invested and it goes up 10%. You can sell and you can take that $10 rather than the entire profit just going to pay the fee. So, cons. The main con that I have is they don't have any funds on it. You can't do index funds, you can't do mutual funds, or anything like that. And I think that's because a lot of the funds out there are individual company products. Why would Robinhood push you to a Charles Schwab index fund when they when Charles Schwab would collect the fees on that each year, and with Robinhood not getting anything. So I think that might be the reason. The other reason I could imagine is that since it's made for younger people, it's made to be very instantaneous and move things around. And I think a lot of index funds are very much designed to be longer term investments. And I think most people who host index funds don't want people moving their money in and out like all willy-nilly. Another con that I found, and this one actually does bother me, I kind of wish they would fix this, is that I guess Robinhood doesn't want to act like a bank. So they don't have any retirement funds on there. They don't have any IRAs. They don't have any type of college savings or anything like that. So if you're looking for something long-term retirement, it's still kind of better just to go with whatever your bank is doing. Or, there's other banks doing the same thing, but I would not recommend using Robinhood as a long-term retirement option. I just don't think you as an individual will beat whatever the average index funds do. There's actually studies out there that say that most people who do investing where they actually dictate each individual stock purchase don't outperform even the S&P 500. In fact, kind of a funny side story, I just read an article about a woman who did a study, and I think it was over the course of 20 years, she just picked stocks that she liked the ticker name for. And she outperformed like most index funds and the S&P and NASDAQ and stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, so some other benefits of Robinhood. So in case you've noticed, I put the link to my Robinhood in pretty much every video I make. The reason I do that is because if you sign up using my link, you get a free stock and I get a free stock. Now, I've done it before and usually get something free like Fitbit for like a couple dollars. But you have a 1 in 250 chance of getting Berkshire Hathaway. Would also get things like Apple and Facebook. That's a 1 in 250 chance. So that's not bad at all. And then there's a 1 in 150 chance of getting Ford or GM or something similar to that. But everybody gets a free stock. Both you do and I do. So if you're interested, I definitely suggest you use my link. But if you don't want to use my link, I won't be offended or anything like that. I get it. In fact, there might be people who already use it, and you could sign up with under their link, and you can help them out. Like if somebody in your family or a good friend or something has it. So there it is. That's everything that I feel like I needed to explain for Robinhood and basically how it works. Take it for what it's worth. Definitely invest in your own risk. I definitely don't recommend you guys just to invest in individual stocks in a sloppy way, meaning don't go put any money in there that you're not willing to lose, because worst case scenario is you will lose it. I know when I transfer money into that account, I just consider that money gone. It's great when it goes up, but as you saw in the last couple months, sometimes something unexpected happens and everything goes down, and it goes down fast and hard. Alright, so that's it for me. I hope you guys learned something. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see when I make a new video, and have fun and keep saving.